In most of the world, coffee exists to make time move faster. It's grabbed on the run, drunk in traffic, sipped between deadlines. Coffee fuels the rush. But in Ethiopia, coffee does the opposite. Here, it slows time down. Every day, across cities, villages, a ritual begins in homes, cafés, and neighborhood spaces across Ethiopia. A ceremony so deliberate, so unhurried, that it can last hours. Often, the coffee is shared with simple offerings. Popcorn, bread, or grains, not as a snack, but as a symbol of hospitality and balance. Not to wake people up, but to bring them together. This is the Ethiopian coffee ceremony. And it is not about coffee. It is about time. The ritual begins long before a single cup is poured. Green coffee beans are washed by hand, carefully cleaned, then roasted over an open flame. As the beans darken, their aroma fills the space. The host moves slowly, intentionally, as guests gather and wait. Nothing here is rushed. Nothing is automated. Nothing is done to go. In Ethiopia, waiting is part of the ritual. The beans are ground by hand, often with a wooden mortar and pestle. Each movement is rhythmic. Each sound is familiar. Incense burns nearby, mixing with the scent of coffee, filling the air with something that feels ancient, almost ceremonial. This is not caffeine preparation. This is presence. And then, the pouring begins. But not all at once. The ceremony unfolds in 3 rounds, each one carrying meaning. The first round is strong, bold, grounding. It is meant to anchor the body, to bring everyone into the moment. The second round is softer, calmer. This is where conversation flows, where stories are told, where silence is allowed. The third round is the gentlest of all, a blessing. By this point, the coffee barely matters. What matters is that no one has left. No one has rushed away. Time has been held in place intentionally. In Ethiopia, drinking coffee alone is rare. This ceremony is social by design. Neighbors are invited. Elders are honored. Children observe quietly, learning the rhythm long before they ever drink the cup themselves. There is a hierarchy here, subtle, but respected. The host leads. Guests wait. No one drinks before permission is given. No one interrupts the flow. In a world obsessed with speed, this ritual demands patience. And that is exactly the point. What makes this ceremony even more remarkable is that it has survived modern life. Electricity, smartphones, television, internet, deadlines. You might see plastic chairs instead of wooden stools, a modern home instead of a traditional hut. But the ritual remains unchanged. Phones are set aside. Daily routines are paused. The ceremony comes first. Disagreements are settled here. Community decisions are discussed here. News is shared here. This is where social bonds are maintained. Not online, but face to face. And perhaps that is why this ritual has endured. In Ethiopia, coffee is not consumed to escape exhaustion. It is consumed to reinforce connection. The ceremony reminds people that time does not always need to be conquered. Sometimes, it needs to be respected. Sometimes, it needs to stop. As the final cup is poured, the pace slows even further. Steam rises. Conversation fades. The moment lingers. Not because anyone is in a hurry to leave, but because no one wants to break the spell. This is not nostalgia. This is living tradition. A ritual passed down, not because it is efficient, but because it is meaningful. In Ethiopia, coffee does not wake you up. It reminds you to stay. And this is only one piece of Ethiopia's mystery, where the journey never ends. Last Compass Mysteries.